Are Lions allowed to play in the MLS? What's going on, guys? Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com bringing you a video today to discuss the current boot situation of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who just recently made a pretty spectacular MLS debut. Now, of course, he made that debut wearing the Fire Pack colorway of the Nike Mercurial Vapor 11. That in itself wasn't too surprising, but given that the new Nike Mercurials have been out now for almost 2 months, why hasn't Zlatan made the switch? Well, the answer to that question is because he doesn't actually have a boot deal with Nike, or any brand for that matter, which is what we're going to discuss in today's video. Also, if you guys enjoy these boot spotting news style videos, don't forget to support this video with a like, and if you're watching for the first time and enjoying what you see so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. Now, just a little backstory on Ibrahimovic's boot history. Back when he was at Ajax, he did wear Puma Kings. I'm not sure if he was ever signed with Puma, but once he actually made the switch to Inter and became more of a household name, he signed an endorsement deal with Nike and has pretty much been signed with the brand ever since, up until basically the last 1.5 to 2 years. That's when things have started to change. But basically throughout the majority of his career, and as he's still wearing now, he's worn Nike Mercurials, specifically the Vapor, although I do believe that he wore the Superfly 1, 2, and 3 for certain stints as well. Never wore the mid-cut Flyknit options, and he hasn't worn the new Mercurial Vapor 12. Now, there was some drama not too long ago where he started wearing blackouts, and then he had a stint wearing X16.1s from Adidas. We assumed that he signed with the Adidas brand, but then all of a sudden he switched back to Nike Mercurials again, and he's been wearing those ever since. However, he's still wearing the old ones and not the new ones, so we know for sure he wasn't involved in any of Nike's marketing for the launch of this next generation of Mercurials, and because he has not worn them yet, we can automatically know for sure without question that he does not have an endorsement deal. But if that's the case, why is he openly advertising Nike boots? Why doesn't he black them out like so many big name professional players who also don't have endorsement deals because they're trying to negotiate a contract? And I think the answer to that might be that Ibrahimovic might not be trying to negotiate a contract with anyone. Now, you're probably wondering, if Zlatan really likes the Nike Mercurial Vapors, why doesn't he just sign a deal with Nike and get paid to wear them rather than wearing them 100% for free? Well, believe it or not, there's actually quite a few reasons as to why he probably wouldn't want to sign with Nike. Reason number one is because Zlatan does not need the money. The guy has been one of the highest paid players in European football for the longest time now, and while he has taken a major pay cut going from Manchester United to the LA Galaxy, I think he's going to be just fine. He's got his own clothing and underwear line now. I'm wearing the shirt. I'm not wearing the underwear. You're just gonna have to believe me on that. Plus, I'm sure he has all kinds of other endorsement deals outside of football boots that are paying him very, very well. I'm not sure exactly what his net worth is, but I can assure you that he's doing just fine without a major boot deal from Nike, or any brand for that matter. Now, reason number two definitely ties into reason number one, and given that Zlatan Ibrahimovic is the most confident man on the planet, I don't think it's unlikely to think or assume that he's probably asking for more money in a new boot deal than Nike or any other brand is willing to pay, given his current status as a professional athlete. We have to realize that the guy is nearing 40 years old. Yes, he's still very, very good, and I don't want to knock his ability to perform in any way at all. As he said himself, he's aging like fine wine, and in terms of active players out there right now, he is legitimately my personal favorite. So I'm not criticizing the guy's ability to perform by any means at all, but I think it's realistic and understandable from Nike's perspective, at least, that when you look at the Nike Mercurial line, given that they have Cristiano Ronaldo and Neymar and Hazard and all these other big names that are just huge name players right now in European football, they don't necessarily need to pay a guy like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who definitely is a household name, a ton of money to market their brand new shoes, especially given that it's unlikely that he's going to be at the top level for too much longer. Now, here's the situation with him where things get a little bit interesting, is that I think his marketing stock has gone up significantly since moving to the LA Galaxy. And that sounds crazy considering that he's kind of been having contract issues seemingly while at Manchester United and PSG. Now he's at the LA Galaxy. The MLS is viewed as very much inferior to all the major European leagues, but He's now the face of the LA Galaxy. He's now the face of the MLS, and he's now the face of professional American football / soccer, depending on what you want to call it, on what part of the world that you're in. So from a marketing perspective, there's going to be a lot of attention on Zlatan Ibrahimovic as long as he's playing in the MLS. So would a brand like Nike or perhaps another brand be willing to pay more money, perhaps what he was asking before now? I think that's quite possible, so it wouldn't be surprising if he does end up re-signing with Nike or he ends up signing with another brand for significantly more money than he would have been able to possibly a year ago. And then finally, reason number 3, and this also kind of ties into reason number 1, maybe Ibrahimovic is just wearing what he feels comfortable wearing and isn't looking for any kind of monetary compensation. Now, consider that he's worn the Nike Mercurials for his entire career. Yes, he was being paid throughout the majority of his career to wear them, but if you wear something for that long, you're gonna get used to the way that they feel. If you remember correctly, back when the Hypervenom Phantom 1 launched, Ibrahimovic was actually made to be one of the faces of that brand new model, and he wore them for about a month or so, and then immediately switched back to Nike Mercurial Vapors because clearly he didn't like them, and Nike was not going to force him to wear them, so he just stuck with Mercurials ever since. And the new Mercurials are, of course, Flyknit, which he's never worn a Flyknit boot throughout his entire career. He's always worn the Vapor variation rather than the Superfly, since the Superfly made the transition from being synthetic to a Flyknit upper. So we'll see if he makes a switch, we'll see if he tries out anything else, but I definitely wouldn't think that it's too unlikely that he'll just wear Vapor 11s for the rest of his playing career. But that's a situation that we'll definitely have to keep an eye on because like I talked about in point number 2, I think his stock and the attention around the guy has gone up significantly since making this move to the LA Galaxy. So there will be plenty of brands, Nike included, who would be willing to perhaps pay a little bit more money to have a guy like Ibrahimovic wear their latest products. So the moral of the story here is that Zlatan does whatever Zlatan wants to do, and nobody tells Zlatan what to do because he's Zlatan. Anyways, guys, what do you think is going to happen with this situation? Do you think Nike is going to pay him for a new endorsement deal and we'll see Zlatan Ibrahimovic in the latest Nike Mercurial sooner rather than later? Or do you think there's major potential for another brand, perhaps outside of the big 3, Nike, Adidas, and Puma, maybe Under Armour, somebody like that, who'd be willing to pay a significant amount of money that I'm sure would be required to get Ibrahimovic's signature, but you'd have a really big name guy drawing a ton of attention, probably more so than any other player that you would be able to sign right now, wearing your products and hopefully increasing your sales. I'm definitely very, very curious to see what is going to come of this situation, but let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Anyways, guys, that is it for this video. Again, if you enjoyed, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching.